Automotive revolutions are dead. They say everything repeats itself, and nothing truly surprises us anymore. But what if I told you Toyota launched a truck that costs less than a compact sedan, boasts the strength of a true work pickup? The Toyota Hilux Champ 2026 was unveiled in Asia, heralded as the strongest blow against brands mercilessly inflating prices. It was presented as a robust, modern, and accessible truck, promising to change everything. But for us, here in the United States, there's a different truth we need to uncover. A truth about what this truck could have been for our market, and why it's a concept that tantalizes and frustrates in equal measure. This is a journey into the heart of what a people's truck means today. Welcome to Auto Rag. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what Toyota showed the world. The Hilux Champ was presented as a robust truck designed specifically for workers, farmers, and micro-entrepreneurs. It wasn't meant to be a luxury pickup. It was envisioned as a battle-hardened tool. Its design made that abundantly clear. A massive front grille, stylized LED headlights, straight purposeful lines, and a reinforced chassis. Everything about it transmitted an undeniable sense of strength, and the best part? An initial price tag of just $10,000. That figure sounded almost impossible for a brand new truck bearing the Toyota seal. Its dimensions perfectly complemented this idea. The Hilux Champ measures nearly 5 meters, about 16.4 feet, long, with a width of over 1.8 meters, over 5.9 feet, and sufficient height to offer good ground clearance. It's not a monstrous, unwieldy vehicle, but it's certainly not a small pickup either. It sits right in the sweet spot, large enough to haul and work, yet compact enough to navigate city streets or park without breaking a sweat. Its reinforced suspension and chassis structure were engineered for durability in challenging terrains, making it incredibly attractive for its intended purpose. Inside, the promise of practical utility continued. Toyota announced an interior that was simple but modern. It featured dual-zone air conditioning, an 8-inch touchscreen with connectivity for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, digital controls, power outlets, and materials that, while not luxurious, inspired confidence. Comfortable seats and a well-insulated cabin meant this was a work truck that wouldn't punish the driver or their family. The magic extended under the hood. In its Asian presentation, the Hilux Champ offered a 2.8-liter turbo diesel engine, producing 201 horsepower and 500 Newton-meter of torque. This was a proven, reliable, and powerful engine, mated to either a manual or automatic transmission, with the option of 4x4 traction. This formidable combination promised the ability to carry more than a ton and tackle rural roads, mud or inclines, without any drama. For many, it represented the perfect balance of power, efficiency, and reliability. Safety wasn't an afterthought either. The Asian specification included 8 airbags, stability control, lane departure warning, brake assist, and adaptive cruise control. All of this in a truck that cost half the price of some mid-size pickups in other countries. Toyota, it seemed, was selling the dream. Hard work, Japanese reliability, and modern safety, all at an accessible price. This wasn't an entirely new concept for Toyota. The Hilux Champ isn't an isolated invention. Toyota had experimented with this philosophy before. In the 1960s and 70s, they introduced the Toyota Stout, a simple, cheap, and robust pickup designed for developing markets. The Stout became a favorite among farmers and transporters in Asia and parts of Latin America. It was a no-frills vehicle, but it was almost indestructible. With the Champ, Toyota was attempting to revive that philosophy. A truck for the common person, a pure workhorse that didn't need luxuries. This historical lineage only inflated expectations further, as those familiar with the Stout believed a legend had returned. Now, imagine that truck, the one described for Asia, with its incredible price, robust features, and legendary reliability, landing on American shores. In a market accustomed to pickups that routinely crest $40,000, $50,000, even $80,000, a $10,000 work truck is more than just a new model. It's a seismic event. It would challenge every notion we have about truck ownership and redefine what affordable utility means. who would it serve here in the United States? Think about it. Small businesses, landscapers, delivery services, young entrepreneurs, even families looking for a genuine utility vehicle without the exorbitant luxury price tag. It could carve out an entirely new niche, a true entry point below the current compact truck segment. Toyota's reliability is a given here. The Hilux nameplate itself, while not sold in the US, carries legendary status globally for its sheer indestructibility. Imagine a genuinely affordable, no-nonsense Toyota truck, engineered to last for decades, bringing that famed durability to a broader audience. Our market has seen a resurgence of smaller, more affordable trucks like the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz. But even these often start in the mid-20,000s and are typically crossover-based platforms. The Hilux Champ, as presented in Asia, is a true body-on-frame, purpose-built workhorse. It wouldn't directly compete with these, it would create its own tier, offering a different kind of value proposition. It promised to democratize truck ownership, bringing true utility and Toyota's renowned durability to a segment that's been largely abandoned by manufacturers in their pursuit of higher margins and more luxurious offerings. But here's where the dream clashes with reality, and the story takes a turn that mirrors what happened in other regions, albeit with a different set of challenges for the US. That magical $10,000 price tag from Asia. It's a number that, realistically, wouldn't translate directly to our market. Importing vehicles, differing safety and emissions regulations, information not directly found in the provided sources, but crucial for understanding the US market context, as US regulations are significantly stricter than in many Asian or Latin American markets. Distribution costs and vastly different market expectations would inevitably push that price significantly north. We can look to the experience in Latin America as a parallel. The sources reveal that in countries like Peru, the Hilux Champ, sometimes even rebranded as the Hilux Stout, arrived as a very different product. For starters, the powerful 2.8-litre, 201 horsepower turbo diesel engine was replaced with a 2.4-litre turbo diesel, offering only 148 horsepower and considerably less torque. The 4x4 option vanished, leaving only rear-wheel drive. The brakes too were downgraded, becoming disc in the front and drum in the rear. Equipment was also drastically reduced to the bare minimum. Simple air conditioning, an aftermarket radio with Bluetooth, and a complete absence of luxuries or advanced safety assists. And the price? Instead of the expected $15,000, $16,000, after adjusting for taxes and tariffs, it appeared in Peru for around $22,000. Yes, more expensive and less equipped.
For the US, a similar decontenting to hit a certain price point, coupled with the need to meet our robust safety standards, which often require more sophisticated airbag systems, advanced driver assist systems, and structural reinforcement than what's standard in some developing markets, information not directly found in the provided sources but essential for context, would undoubtedly erode the Champ's original appeal. While the Asian model boasted 8 airbags and adaptive cruise control, US regulations and consumer expectations often demand even more sophisticated systems and superior crash test performance. Furthermore, the turbo diesel engine might face significant challenges with stringent US emissions standards, information not directly found in the provided sources, potentially requiring a different, more expensive powertrain solution. At $22,000 or more, a US-bound Hilux Champ would face direct competition from vehicles like the Ford Maverick or even entry-level mid-size pickups. The sources highlight that, in Latin America, competitors like the Kia Taos, likely referring to a similar segment vehicle, offered more versions, better equipment, a rear-view camera, and even 4x4 options, often with greater cargo capacity and competitive pricing. Similarly, Chinese pickups like the Great Wall Power offered double cabs and more complete interiors for around $19,000. This demonstrates that even in budget-conscious markets, the Hilux Champ, once stripped down and priced up, lost its competitive edge. Toyota's brand power is immense, and the Hilux name signifies unparalleled reliability and durability. Many buyers view it as a long-term investment, appreciating its accessible spare parts and extensive service network. But as the Latin American experience showed, simply having the Toyota badge isn't enough when features are stripped away and prices swell. The crucial question becomes clear. Is it worth paying thousands of dollars extra just for the logo when competitors offer more power, more safety, and a better price? The Hilux Champ in Asia was celebrated as a revolution. In Latin America, however, it quickly became a costly cutback, and for many, a major disappointment. This stark difference between expectation and reality hit the model hard in the region. In today's market, consumers are informed. They compare, review, research, and demand real value. A strong name isn't enough anymore. Even if the Hilux Champ, as initially conceived, never makes it to the US, the idea behind it, an affordable, rugged, reliable work truck, remains a powerful concept. Toyota knows how to build legendary trucks, from the Tacoma to the Tundra. The question isn't if they can build a cost-effective, durable truck, but if they can do it while meeting US market demands and still making it truly accessible. Perhaps the Hilux Champ isn't the direct answer for the US, but it's a blueprint. It shows there's a demand for genuine utility and affordability that isn't being fully met by the current offerings. Toyota, with its unparalleled heritage and engineering prowess, is uniquely positioned to address this gap, perhaps with a future model that balances the Champ's original ethos with the realities of the American market. So, the Toyota Hilux Champ 2026, a dazzling promise in Asia, a stark lesson in market adaptation elsewhere. For us in America, it remains an intriguing what if. Could a true, no-frills, affordable Toyota work truck ever succeed here? Or are we too far down the road of luxury and complexity to turn back? Toyota has a golden opportunity to redefine the entry-level truck segment. But it requires more than just a badge. It demands an authentic commitment to value, utility, and meeting the American consumer where they truly need it, not just where it's easy to sell. What do you think? Would you pay a premium for that Toyota logo on a simpler, more affordable truck? Or would you venture to emerging B?